Hi, assalamu alaikum, welcome to my channel. So yeah, I said I was going to do a vlog on the whole Voiceless the movie. So this is me talking about Voiceless the movie, but please, before you crucify me, know this, that it's coming from a good place. I want us to do better. This is 2021. Like, it's 2021, we cannot be affording such movies anymore. Abba, we can't be affording such movies anymore. Like, we always talk about foreign movies. What do they have that we don't? Determination. They work hard. That is what they have. When you call an actor and tell him, this is the character I want you to portray, that actor becomes the character. Why does it not happen here? Why? Why doesn't it happen here? I've seen many foreign movies whereby these are actors that you know, but you can't even identify them because you're like, is this person? The eyes look like this person, but and then later on, at the end of the movie, when they're doing, end credits, you'll be like, I knew it was this person. But because they became that character, with makeup, with the way they talk, the way they behave, the way they do everything has become that particular person, you're not even able to identify it. And then we're talking about a sensitive issue as what is happening in the Northeast, and we made a caricature out of it. Kai. When a friend told me about the movie Voiceless, I was like, okay, let me go watch it. Because the truth is, every day and night, I'm thinking about the people there. That's the honest truth. So I wanted to see what the situation was. And I felt like, okay, the movie can, tell me about it, because that's the essence of such a movie, to put you in a particular time and place. But this movie did not put me in any particular time or any place. As a matter of fact, I watched this movie for 3 days because I was bored. Yes. When I get to a particular place, I'm like, okay, I'm done for today. I come again the next day, I'm like, okay, I'm done for today. Like, that's how I watched this movie. 3 days. That's how uninteresting the movie was. Now let's talk about the character. Okay? When you want to pick a character for a movie, please, casting directors, you guys need to do more. Don't just pick your friends. Don't just pick a familiar face. Don't just pick this one will bring me more money. Pick those that can execute that particular role. That's what we need. That's what we need. People that can execute the role given to them. Sell it to the audience. Connect to the audience. Not just act because I'm an actor. See this particular character, Banza, played by Usman Uzi. Should not have happened. I have nothing against Uzi. As a person, I think he's okay. As a filmmaker, he's okay, but not as an actor. In both Kannywood and Nollywood, trust me, Uzi is not okay. Because he has embodied this girly thing that they do, those Adogonja kind of talks and walks. It has gotten so bad that he doesn't know when to remove it and actually be another character. And he shows everywhere. So why would you put him to act such a character as Banza that is supposed to be a villain? Like, whose idea was it? And then this particular one, Yakubu Muhammad. This was supposed to be the commander of the troops. Like, I said to myself, why is this one even in the movie? Why is this one even in the movie? All he does is sit in a dark room with a rubbish makeup on his face, with mustache, like, and I'm like, what? And then when Banza was about to kill him, he was saying that he's a good leader. She may adultery, she said, you kidnap people's children. Where is the adultery? Some were shot dead. Where is the adultery? Some were raped. Where is the adultery? I mean, you don't know what you're saying. Because at that particular moment, the only thing that was running through my mind was, okay, what are these people trying to sell to us? That these people are good people? Let me understand. I didn't get that part. And then one thing that baffles me was this girl that was kidnapped. You had the nerves to fall in love in your kidnapper's den. I beg. What exactly is going on? See, the moment I saw that Kannywood scene where the guy will look at the girl and she'll look at the guy, I was like, what's happening here? Is this a love thing I'm saying? Before you know it, bam, it happened. They were in love. But then you're married, Kiba. But then you're married, Kiba. So one with the and I'm like, wow. Before you knew it, there was a marriage inside the kidnappers' den. Let's not forget that. They got married. The commander, the Adolchi, married them. How can they kill so? I was like, who wrote this script? They got married though. This girl that was kidnapped, she was not raped, she was not beaten. I think they slapped her once. Yeah. She got married to the love of her life. They had sex with her consent. Like, it wasn't like this girl was raped though. Even gave birth to a son. Oh God, a son. I was like, what are these people trying to portray? That these girls were enjoying their life or what? Because this is a caricature. Like, it makes no sense. This girl came out of captivity when she finally escaped. It wasn't a case of, I miss you, mommy, or I miss you, daddy, or, you know, the girl was not even traumatized, though. Oh, God. This girl was not even traumatized. As a matter of fact, she was fighting for the love of her life. She was fighting her parents. Baba, Anani, Mujinani, Mini Aure. I said, wow. Wow. So, yeah, that was it. And then, you know what pissed me off the most? The way our uniformed men were portrayed. They were portrayed as so incompetent that there's no level to go from there. Like, you can't go anywhere from there. This man literally just stands in front of the jungle, or is it on the street? I don't even know, but they were standing somewhere, right? And then these girls would run. You know, Indian movies, they would run to them and like, okay, and then they will carry them into the car, and you will see news: Nigerian military men rescued girls. I'm like, how? These girls literally fell on their laps. These people did not even sweat to get this girl. So I felt like it was bad. No matter the amount of grief you have with the Nigerian army, there are those that have lost their lives. You cannot just discredit their work. You can't do that. You can't. Somebody say, because the military would not cooperate, they will not do this, they will not do that. I'm like, it doesn't mean. If you can't tell the story right, don't tell it at all. But don't make them look that incompetent. That is stupid. That's the truth. People have lost their loved ones, and you sit here and you make it look as if they were just seated there and the girls run to them. Really? When I saw the clash, you know, I thought like, okay, yeah, the military are finally here to rescue these girls. And then they said, oh, Ashema Manomani. Is it? Manomani? Abi? And I was like, it's even farmers, not the uniform were waiting to come. I was like, wow. So farmers even found their way to their camp there, but our military men could not. I said, that's bad. You don't portray them as that. You don't portray them as that. I know we have issues with our uniform men that we're trying to see how we're going to fix, but I feel that portrayal of them is terrible. Like, it's terrible. Because they did nothing. That's the truth. If you watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. They did nothing. These girls just keep running and running, and they ran to them. That's it. So for me, it's a 3.5 because of effort. At least they try to tell a story. It might not be the right story. It might be off. The acting might be bad, but they tried something. The only person I would say I commend his effort is this Bulu guy. I think he tried. But aside that, nothing else. This Goni guy is just in love and he's looking always lost and confused. So I didn't get it. It was his part only to come and fall in love. I don't know, but it made sense to the writer, but it didn't make sense to the viewers, okay? And also, at the end of the day was where we get to see what the whole story is about. Apparently, it's about, you know, those boys that were kidnapped and recruited by this insurgency group, and then they later escaped, how the society treats them. Apparently, you know, they're trying to send a message whereby the society should take it easy with them and find ways to help them, you know, fit back into the society. I'm like, okay, but where is the message in the whole movie? We didn't get it, so it didn't really make sense to me. So if you've seen the movie, please, I'd like to hear your own view, your own opinion, because these are the things that I, you know, that I noticed in the movie, and I felt like the movie should not even be out there in the first place, but there it was. So anyway, if you like my video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. I cannot wait to read your comments. I'm looking forward to having interactions with you guys. Until I come your way again next time, bye.